Chased by the Beast named Melenese. An Unlikely Friendship by Willie J. Brown III. This book is dedicated to my friend Melenese Adams. Melenese is one of the sweetest, most caring persons I know. Unfortunately, her entire school experience was made very difficult by me and several other students that mocked and poked fun at her. As I have matured, I now realize that what we were doing to her was both mean-spirited and wrong. I have apologized to my friend Melenese on numerous occasions. She has forgiven me, but I find it hard to forgive myself at times. As I begin this story, I must admit that I am not proud of what I am about to write. As a much older man, I can see clearly that my friends and I made a poor decision. When you are a pre-teenager, you long to fit in and to be accepted by your peers. Sometimes that forces you to make very bad decisions. Sometimes you choose to follow instead of lead. As a young man, my parents taught me to always do the right things. They also stressed that it is a preferred policy to be kind to everyone, especially those who are different and in need of a friend. My grandparents preached that if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. I am not proud to admit that I followed none of their advice. One cold fall morning before school started, I noticed several of my friends running around frantically and laughing hysterically. Instead of walking away, I walked directly toward the commotion and quickly joined in. It looked like they were having so much fun, and I wanted to be a part of the fun. Very bad decision. My friends were being chased by a young lady named Melenese. They were calling her Melenese the Beast, and she was in no way happy. They called her a mean-spirited name, and I quickly joined in. Insults like ugly, skinny, dumb, stupid, and retarded were yelled at her by all of us. Words that pierced her skin like sharp knives, creating wounds that might never heal. Why were we doing this? I don't know. Why were we being mean to someone that I liked? It was very confusing, but I followed the crowd and joined in. As she caught up with some of us, she would hit us as hard as she could. But there were so many of us taunting her that she could not keep up. I could see she was reaching her breaking point. Her eyes were a deep shade of red, almost blood-like in color. Upon closer examination, I realized that she was crying. She was so distraught and annoyed that she had an emotional episode. As she and I faced each other, I could tell she needed help. Instead of offering a small glimpse of compassion, I spoke words that I knew were wrong. Eventually, a teacher saw what was going on and called us over. She knew exactly what we were doing. She asked Melenese, was she okay? Not wanting to appear weak and in an unexpected turn of events, Melenese said that she was okay and that we were just playing. She could have gotten us all in so much trouble, but instead she lied to protect us, the bullies. It was at that point that I came to my senses. We hurt her that day, and so many other days before and afterwards. We had invented a game called Chased by the Beast, and Melenese was always the beast. Knowing what I know now, I wish I had done things differently. She did not deserve to be treated like that. As the years passed, she and I became friends. You see, I too got picked on and knew exactly how she felt. I should have stopped my friends. I should have defended Melenese. Melenese went on to be tortured and mocked for the rest of the year and for many years to come. I learned later that she truly hated her entire school experience. She informed me that one boy, Will, was the worst of all and never let up. She said there were times that she wanted to hurt him and, yes, even herself. Long after our graduation from high school, only one of the hundreds of kids that made Melenese's life miserable had apologized. Only one cared enough to attempt to make things right with Melenese. Me. Only I knew what we had done was bad and needed to be corrected. Melenese deserved an apology, and I am glad I was the one to give it to her. As I walk through the halls of the classroom today, I am constantly reminded of the devastating things that we had done. Although I stopped, the damage was done. The hurt and scars caused by our words and actions cut deep. They destroyed her confidence, and they pushed her into the darkest of places. We should be ashamed of our actions. Melenese later admitted to me that the words hurt the most. To learn that she never got married or had any children made sense. Who would want their children to experience what she had gone through? Who would love someone that only heard the meanest of words used to describe them? Who would ever think she was beautiful enough to be loved? Well, I do. My friend Melenese is gorgeous. She has the most beautiful soul of any person I've met. She is an angel sent from heaven to teach me and kids all over the world an important lesson. The lesson of forgiveness, the lesson of kindness, the lesson of compassion. As we stood in her driveway hugging and laughing, I knew that she had truly forgiven me. As she prepared me a plate of delicious food that she had prepared just for me, I knew just how important my apology was. It's never too late to do the right thing. I am glad I was strong enough to apologize and admit that we were all wrong. I think she had waited a lifetime to hear those all-important words. I'm sorry. As the evening came to an end, I hated that I had to leave. I didn't want our conversation to end. Melenese was certainly not a beast. She was a kind, misunderstood angel that longed to be loved and appreciated. As I was leaving, I gave her the biggest hug ever, and I promised to call her when I arrived home. Yes, I enjoyed visiting my friend. The unlikeliest friendship ever. The friend I should have treated better long ago. The friend I will never lose again. The end. I love you, Melenese, and thank you for forgiveness.